That's it. I don't think I can carry that all the way. What is the name of this duology? My August. 1, 2, 3. Diba? That's why. So, hi everyone! Welcome back to my channel. Today I am bringing you guys my August wrap-up. For the month of August, I read a total of Booktubeathon TBR 22 books. I read a total of 22 books. I didn't think I would be able to read this much because I have started work, so it does take quite a bit of my time. However, I did join two kinds of readathons this month. The Booktubeathon readathon and the PatAndBooks readathon. The Booktubeathon started end of July until August 5th, I believe. And the PatAndBooks happened from the 20th to the 26th. So a lot of these books are actually books that I read during those readathons. Also, I will be including a book that I'm still reading just like last month because I'm filming this on the 29th. So I'll definitely finish that before the month ends. And again, I will insert the rating on the screen. So, without further ado, let's start. The first 6 books that I read for the month of August is actually the 6 that I read for the Booktubeathon. The first book is The Unexpected Everything by Morgan Matson, which I rated a 4.5 out of 5 stars. The second book that I read is A Wrinkle in Time by Madeleine L'Engle, which I rated a 4.5 stars. The next book that I read is Every Soul a Star by Wendy Maz, which I rated a 4 stars. The next one is Undead Girl Gang by Lily Anderson, which I rated 3.5 stars. The next one is All Our Yesterdays by Kristen Terrell, which I rated 3 stars. And the last book that I read for the Booktubeathon readathon is On the Jellicoe Road by Melina Marchetta, which I rated 3.5 stars. After that, I read Everything I Never Told You by Celeste Ng, which I rated 5 stars. I really enjoyed this book. I really loved it. It's only short but feels so intricate and complex, the characters. So. The next book that I read is Sea of Stars by Amy Bartle. This is the second book in the Cricket series. I remember really loving the first book, but upon reading the second book, yeah, I didn't really like it as much. I rated it 3 stars. And then I read the last book, Dark and the Stars, and I rated this one a 1 star. So disappointing. I remember loving that book so much, but yeah, I guess tastes change over the years. The next book that I read is Legend by Marie Lu, which I rated 2 stars. I heard a lot of people really like this book and really enjoy this, so I thought I would, so I had quite high expectations, and I didn't really enjoy it. The stories and the characters are meh too. It's a little too forced, and like it was trying to be something that it wasn't, and it just failed, so I didn't really enjoy this one. And then I read a second book, which is Prodigy, which I rated a 3.5 stars. I like that one better. This one, I like this one better than the first book. It definitely, yeah, it got better. The story got more fleshed out. The characters are still a little, you know, I didn't really care much about them, but the story definitely got better. And then Champion, I rated 3.5 stars. The next book that I read is All the Bright Places by Jennifer Niven. This book tore my heart. I rated it as 4 stars. I really love the characters in this book and their stories, their lives, and if you read this book, you will understand just how heartbreaking it is. I know there are mixed reviews on this one. I read someone said that it's like the characters are just like their mental illnesses, they're not actual people. It's like there was a misrepresentation of mental illnesses, and I disagree. I don't think that the characters became their mental illnesses, and I've studied psychology, so I guess I got a lot more understanding of mental illnesses and how that can, you know, affect someone. That's why disagree, but yeah, I really enjoyed this book. It was heart-wrenching, but I love the story. So yeah, highly recommend this one. The next book that I read is More Than This by Patrick Ness, and I rated this at 4.25 stars. I really enjoy this, and I love how pretty ambiguous it is, that in the end you don't really, you got a lot better understanding of, you know, what happened, but you don't really know the whole story because there's no one who could tell them what really happened or if their speculations are true. It's really, really good. Highly recommend, and I know now why a lot of people love it. The next one is Open Road Summer by Emery Lord. I rated it as 3 stars. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it quite a lot. In the beginning, it was pretty hard to really understand the main character in this book because she has a lot of barriers and like walls and defense mechanisms that you have to really understand so that you don't dislike the character. But yeah, I really enjoyed this book. A very fun contemporary summer read. The next 3 books that I read are the Lotus War Trilogy by J. Kristoff, which is Storm Dancer, Kinslayer, and Endsinger. I really enjoyed this series. I will be doing a book review on this one. I'm very excited. I just finished writing like everything that I wanted to say down. I just need to film it. So yeah. Storm Dancer I rated a 4 stars. Kinslayer I rated a 4.5 stars. And Endsinger as well, 4.5 stars. The next book that I read is The Girl in the Tower by Catherine Arden. I really enjoyed this book. I remember really loving The Bare Nightingale too, and the writing really is what made it so beautiful and nice because it really just takes you to this magical place. So I really enjoyed this one. The next 2 books that I read are the Eon Iona duology. Yeah, Eon duology, which is Eon and Iona by Alison Goodman. The first book I rated a 3.75 and the second book I rated a 2.5. I enjoyed these books. They were nice, but I felt like I wanted more from the story. Honestly, it was very predictable, especially the first book. Like everything that happened I kind of already knew and predicted. Even the twists in the story I already predicted. But it was still really fun. The mythology is nice and yeah, fun. I enjoyed it. The second book, definitely there was a lot more happening and it got more complicated, but I felt like it lacked to meet those stakes that were stated in this book, like the writing and everything that happened. It kind of felt flat. Like you expected it to be this epic and this great and this nice, and it didn't really do it for me. And I hate how the main character kind of fell for the villain in the first book. Like, the guy almost raped you. Why would you fall in love with him? Even be attracted? So that's why I was really kind of taken aback by that. Why would you be attracted to him? He almost raped you, and he's so brutal, and he poisoned your master. Why are you so attracted to him? It just didn't make sense. So I don't know if that's a spoiler, but I feel like it was sort of predictable, and at the same time sort of you hate that it's predictable when it actually happens, because it just doesn't make sense. So yeah, the story could have been better. The mythology could have been taken advantage of so much, but yeah, the characters just fell flat. And the main character, why would you do that? Yeah. The last book is Crazy Rich Asians by Kevin Kwan. I'm reading this right now, but I've already watched the movie. I was gonna read this first, but my mom and my aunt wanted to watch the movie and I said yes. So I went with them. I haven't finished this yet, but I will be putting on the screen what my rating is for this book. I'm really enjoying it so far. I'm only about 73 pages in, so but I'm really enjoying this one. I can see a lot of the movie in the book, But definitely with the book, since like it's long and the font is really small and the book actually is really big, there's a lot more that's happening. But so far I didn't feel like the movie lacked that, because I really still enjoyed the movie a lot and didn't feel so jarring, and like there was a lot more happening that we didn't really get to see. So yeah, so that is that for my August wrap up. I didn't think I would be able to read 22 books this month but I did. For the next month I will definitely be pacing myself a little slower, because I feel like I was just too bombarded with books this month, because I did borrow quite a bit and I joined 2 kinds of readathons, so I just felt kind of very anxious to finish a lot of these books. So yeah, I will be reading a lot less next month. That is it. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys have read some of these books, tell me what you guys think, and I will see you guys on my next video. Bye.
Bye.